I certainly don't think we've totally figured it out. I mean, and obviously we're learning in public and screwing up from time to time. But I think in some ways we're very traditional. We are very traditional on church and state, and there's a creative team that reports up to our business side. And I do think that's actually a pretty important division to keep.
So can you explain, just because it's interesting, I think to me, I think to other people, what happened with the posts you took down? I think you said you took them down at the behest of the advertising side, but it wasn't the way I think most people would think about that.
Well, I don't want to get into the weeds, and if you would like to read a 9,000-word interview on this,
I don't.
It is available on the web. I think what you're talking about is we put out a report really that went back into really why we had deleted posts really since I started, partly because things have been moving fast, and I wanted to be sure I knew before I went out and talked about it to people like you. And some of it really was us learning on the job how to figure out what you do in very specific cases, and making these rules that I think have grown up over hundreds of years in traditional media, but making them.
For the most part, all advertisers understand the separation of church and state, and sometimes the big companies have communications departments, and that's how they engage. They don't use their ad buyers as their way of engaging. For the most part, people understand that. There are occasions where advertisers put pressure. There's occasions where a subject, particularly a wealthy or powerful subject, puts pressure and threatens to sue, even though they don't really have grounds to sue, because they know that it's very expensive to defend a case, even if you're right. Various. Actually, the most common one is someone who is a friend of someone at the company, right, and says, "Don't do this story" or whatever. And what you need to do to build a great news organization over the long term.